one of the best to ever do it, right there on your right. And of course, a name that rings through all these Filipino players, all through their brains, time and time again. What would Efren do? What would Django do? And it looks like it's going to be Harry to break the balls in the opener.
Good until the end. A couple of little mistakes. Don't really know why. Don't really see any value in banking at it. I'm pretty certain he'll play safe here. Oh, that's pretty clever. I like the way he played this.
He looked really good. I didn't get to see his match against Moritz. That scoreline got a little sideways. So, of course, Moritz was playing excellent pool and a lot of nasty cluster here. But so
is it something to even consider? Play safe at the same time? I guess not.
Well, the 4 goes. It goes in between the 8 and the 5. So I think experience in the world with this guy. Playing a similar shot. This has got to go, I think, or settle. So you have to go 3 rails here?
Yeah, it looks like it, Jay.
This speed looks really good at first glance anyways.
Of age. There's a little let up, Jeremy.
Yeah. Good pool.
Not going to talk about it a lot, but it is draining playing a match like Bustamante had against Gorst. I'm sure that has some type of an effect coming right back up. But it could.
If you do prefer it.
I actually like that idea a lot.
Mango passed it back pretty quickly. Again, if he doesn't get him cued over the 8 or some kind of place to hide, I'm maybe a little fortunate not to give up a shot there.
Yeah, he sure did. Boy, he's got to get straight on the 3.
This is the 9, so in a good spot. Really nice stroke. Overcut that a hair. Show us as thin as it really is.
Yeah, seen a little more movement so far.
Great all-time, one of the greats banking the ball. So I think he'll attack for sure. So it's been Django to do all the work, really just a little cleaning up, it looks like.
Yeah, it's the final 3 balls, right? The 7 last game come up short on the 8, and now a little short on the 4, which caused this last miss. Vergara leading 2 games to 0.
Yeah, sorry we missed the break shot. A lot better than his first. He's got to make a nice shot here, come down near the 3. I don't know if he'll like the combination, really. I guess so. There's not a lot else on offer. Somewhat anyways. Always so crazy boosty. Now that's the closest I've ever seen him get the tip to the ball. It's usually about 12 inches away with the bridge. Really bizarre how well he hits the.
What's he do, Jeremy? He's going to stitch him up here behind the 6 and 9, you would expect.
Yeah, I don't know if I really try to draw it too much. Okay, he could control the speed on the 4 pretty easily, so. Yeah, for sure. And he's jacked up, so he's got to hit it going in instead of coming out. Some direct hit. Pushing through from the 6 to the 7.
Yeah, I was going to say the 8 could be a big problem here.
Can swing the cue ball a couple cushions.
It's just a natural shot there, a miss you would never really expect outside of the Mosconi Cup. And maybe a bit weak from his last round with Gorst. It's not going to make Gorst feel any better, I can promise you that. This is tough. He's got to hit it sweet.
Yeah, this is where his ball pocketing, I think, really usually holds up. Very, very good at those shots. Yeah, you know, tournament table, different conditions. It's hard to play perfect position. And he never really seems to sweat it that much. You know what I mean? He just gets on with it. And I always felt like when I played my best pool, I wasn't always. You're always going to try and play good position, but when you get in that mode of a little recovery here and there, and it's not really affecting you mentally to pocket the ball, I think that's when you're playing your best pool, really. Yeah, he's had a number of different hits on the 1. Little thick. Need some spin. Solid hit. For all those balls there, you may not get a rail, but for a guy who's made a few mistakes already, heavy and boosty, ball in hand seems to get you a little more in tune. So just making him have to come with the shot a little bit is pretty huge, I think.
He's a very good.
He enjoys making those shots. You know, enjoys trying to hit the ball well. Coming 2 cushions here, the speed's got to be nice. I'm going to drop 2 cushions below the 9 and 6, maybe up underneath the pink.
Yeah, pretty tough position here. I guess you can chip the 3 and maybe send it towards the purple, but the 7 now in a dangerous position. It's all types of nasty, really. Could bank at the 3 to the lower right and maybe somehow carry him the 7 in.
I think he would, but I don't think he has the left side of the 3. I know that made you think it did, but
yeah,
the overhead looking at it, I think he was cut off the left side. I think he definitely tries to scramble. I think kind of right up Harry's alley also.
Yeah, folks, pay attention to what Jeremy just said right there. I think it's a key to playing combinations, obviously, to the pocket, and that's really the best thought process to have there, with the 7's not even there.
This looks fairly natural, 2 cushions. I can go 1 rail right between the 6-8. He can pull it also. Kind of like 1 rail, especially considering he's missed a few balls. So trying to pull this off that thinner angle. Yeah, I think that's a pretty smart shot.
yippee there. He has something going,
but when it comes to that chipping and putting, that's where they have some issues.
All right. Squeaks it in. Boosty on the board. Trailing 3-1. Game number 5.
Yeah, just exactly what the doctor didn't order. You can draw down beside the purple to the side rail. You can go between the purple and the 9. You know, don't try to get tricky. Looks like he maybe can get to the short rail and then spin it up with a little high right. Can make this ball bobble sometimes, though. Oh, yeah. Whew, what a huge mistake on that one ball.
Yeah, you can say that again. Ball in hand, you just never dream somebody just can get themselves straight when you've got the entire table to work with there. Just stay below the 2. Boosty. He's opened the door. Probably going to have to check this or kill it in a big stretch as well. Typically no problem for this guy. No reason to try and hold on the left side of the table here.
Ask me maybe at some point about playing a little bit.
Yeah, I played him last year. Some 1-pound. Too thin there it looked. Seems like it's pretty tough to get out here towards the 2. Oh, wow. It needs to run or stop.
Should be okay here. A little thin, of course, on top of the ball. Sometimes that's a little skewed, kind of the aiming. Is he going to fall here on the 3? Of course, he did follow the ball in on the 2, but he was trying to cheat it. And I think that all really stemmed from the 1-ball decision.
There's nothing wrong with being a little steeper on the 5 if necessary. I thought he might want to come look scared of.
Yeah, just see how he falls here, but may end up having to play the 8 in the side.
Top of the 8. You've always got the left side pocket in the back of your mind here if you get into the cue ball a little much. Very good. Very, very good.
Yeah, I think he's feeling it a little bit.
Game number 6 goes to Vergara. Yeah, he just squeezed the 8 in, caught it definitely to the low side.
Yeah, the break has been not too good for either player. That's the best I've seen by far as the hit on the 1. I don't think he's going to get a shot. I think the 9's got one. He's going to chip on this. Got to be aware of the 4 hanging as well. If he brings that ball across, Boosty very good at banking the ball. So is it going to come across enough? Pretty handy.
I don't know. He's acting like he can get into the left side of the 2. Yeah, maybe overspun that a little bit. Pretty good being aware.
This one I don't always have to hit hard, really. All them balls there, I think a lot of times you can lay on top of something, kind of extend.
I mean, he just explained it. What he's saying there is if you soft kick that ball, oftentimes it'll lay up on each other, and they're still in kind of a funny position. But really happens
On it, but especially with other balls in the vicinity, I think the light kick is overlooked. And a lot. But I get it. I mean, unless argument both ways. Little light here. I'm not saying.
and
Not knowing him real well, but over the last couple of years watching him play, seemed pretty happy the way he hit it. I thought it off in the well.
gifts early. Big gifts early by Bustamante. Now Vergara returning the favor as of late. Game number 7 goes. Wow, really got into those. One went rifling into the side. I don't know if it's real friendly. Do you cut it this to the upper left or overcut it? I think that's the thought anyway. How did he do? Needs a bump.
I was going to say. Gotta be careful. Drawing off the 9.
Put up here and be worried about the corner pocket. That's that'll work.
Kind of forced it home, really. Especially that opening 2 ball. Had to make 2 or 3 nice shots here, especially again that 2 ball. The 5 to get on the 7, the 7 going up and down. All those are going to bode very well for this man moving forward. It's 4-4 in this race to 10. Started pretty slow in the match we did, then kind of got it going late. Force one home. Be a safety or the offense. Man, kind of moving the body a little bit on some of these.
Wanted to overcut that at worst. I do agree. I think I saw a little movement in the body, and that's probably what landed. It's got to pump a little life into Boosty, right? Seeing the young Vergara make some mistakes.
Yeah, and really, I mean, Boosty has played well besides those couple shots we just don't expect. The misses we from the earlier matches, I thought.
Interesting. I thought he could just wrap around tight out of this lower left. Kind of took it for granted. Right smack dab in the face of it, though. Fine here, I don't know. Well done. Just to get there. I never liked this play here. I felt like it was way too difficult. You need. Oh my goodness. I did not expect this either.
Easing it or really getting into it. Not much future shooting at this. Doesn't appear so anyways. I think that's nerves, not wanting to ease it, wanting to put that more speed. Not knocking it, by the way.
8 with the 7 in front of the side instead of wrapping around the corner. Maybe nerves there as well. But he's now in the lead, Boosty. After 9 games, leading 5-4. Accurate.
Well, underneath the 6 towards the 2, but it looks like he's going to stay a little further away, but no problem. Found that natural power.
Thing if you want to go forward, you don't have to force coming back out to the middle. 7 plays to the side. That's all right.
Yeah, he'll be a hair juice to get over to the left to play the 9 in the lower right. And you don't need a ton of that inside, really. Let up a little bit.
Both thought too. It looked a lot straighter than that. He's rolling this. He is good with the roll ball. Manila. That's where we are. Yeah, now really just kind of starting to lose control. He's made the one in the upper right, but losing a little. Easily missed this ball. I mean, you cannot do any better than that. Good signs. 2 big balls to bury right there for Bustamante. You see the body raise, right, Jeremy?
He kind of dives the cue into the delivery a little bit. So talented, though, with the hands. And didn't panic, though.
Either way, he was bound to have a shot on the 6 as well as he hit the 5.
Yeah, and 3 games looks pretty huge at the moment in this match. And only 3 games away from the finish line if he can get these last 2 down. Yeah, some of the best out there. Yeah, he got the 2-ball down. He's kind of forcing that ball, the wing ball, towards the corner. And as long as you get the draw on the ball, you got a chance. A lot of different types of safeties. Yeah, really sweetly struck there. Oh, a little unlucky to tie up the 4-9 and out. I was just going to hold for a safety. Pretty smart. Down here, maybe between the first and middle diamond. Yeah, you got it past there, and it's just a big ball with the 7-9 there. So really,
corner, you could trickle behind the 6 and 8. Yeah, like this. Very aware.
Yeah, he doesn't like using it much anyways, but I like this line. I think he can get a decent amount of speed here. He can get some things. He hit a little high on the cue ball. Had to hit downward a touch to hold that line.
He wants to be almost straight on the 5. Not too big a bounce. As long as it's not.
End up. Well, it looks easy to hit a hair thick on this one.
He called it backdoor safety behind the brown.
Really haven't seen him play a match like this yet since then. I think he got to the quarters in that one last year when no one really knew him. Had an incredible win over SVB. Now what, Scott?
Yeah, now what it is. I guess you just sliver. Yeah, he's just going to try and shave it in, and he's done a well job at it. He's noticed the EBR there.
And he needs to stay still. Sometimes some movement going forward with the head. Yeah, totally mishit the cue ball as well. Hit right English on that ball where you're normally going to be put a hint to left.
Help the pocket. It's going to help the ball.
Yeah, and if you slide over a few inches, no biggie. That would have probably shut the door on this match.
Game number 12. Going to go to Vergara. Trailing 7 games to 5. Bustamante still in the lead.
I really do, especially if they gave it a minute and really started to watch. A lot of people don't realize the game of pool. I know I didn't at all whenever I first started playing. I really thought it was just something to buy some time.
Just making a ball. Yeah, big stroke there. That was, I don't think you could do any better from that point. He's got so much talent.
He's in close quarters. The speed's going to be okay. Thought he may get past right side. Very clear. Yeah, I like that. I like that. Just maybe a hair heavy, but should still be all right.
Yeah, I thought he might. I think you can avoid the 8 without any trouble.
Return miss from Boosty is going to be a 3-game swing. Could have been 8-4.
He's drawing this instead of going forward. Wow. How was that for position? Vergara making a move within 1.
Yeah, and you talk about making a move, and I think he's at the table as well.
Patrick.
Yeah, I like 2 rails up and down here, straight down the middle of the table. And decide to ease it.
You can bank this down to the lower right side of the table. He just didn't want to catch it fat. That wall there with the 5, 7, and 9. Just stay down here and get through the ball well. That'll work. Gotta avoid the traffic over here. Just stay in front of the 9. Does he have an angle to go forward?
Oh, he definitely has an angle.
Yeah, he spent. Going to the upper right here. He is a straight shooter. Yeah, I don't think he has a choice. Supposed to get back here somewhere. It's going to be all right.
No, really good. Seemed pretty simple. It was very pure.
And here you have it, all tied up. Game number 14 going to Vergara.
In control, Shaw ended up winning it, now breaking the balls.
These guys will like to get nice and tight. I think the 6 is a little high to get nice and tight to it.
If you play the 2 up, though, it's all right. You know what I mean? Just play the eclipse, and then hopefully another ball will help that. Yeah, the subject hadn't come up in a while. Me and Carl earlier talked about it. You knew there were different ways to get safe there. What a great shot. But
4 or 5 in a match?
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I agree with that.
It brings in drama as well.
Absolutely.
I mean, if someone's going to burn one of theirs early on a push out where they could push out some.
Wait for many, many months, maybe a year.
Yeah, I think it's been a couple years really, and you don't want to take away the jump. I don't think that's right. I mean, the players are become so good with it and put in time, and again, the producers of the jump cues, the manufacturers are level. I think it may be a good thing overall. Some people say maybe just on the incoming shot, if you snooker yourself. But to me, that's just pools sometimes. You can make some of the great game goes. And a little of that movement on certain types of shots.
Stop it there, or can he come back? So
really well. I think it's the right shot. And if you're not playing a lot, that's the right shot. Get yourself that look.
Really used all the pocket. I feel like he almost got away with one, to be honest with you. Bustamante back in the lead after game number 15, up 8 games to 7. Can he do it again? A couple of nasty kisses on the cue ball, but really
7, I think Harry takes that. I think it's a little too often, maybe. But maybe not. I mean, if you know the jump as well as you know the tactical thing, or even better. It's got to go twice, Scott, or is he going to float it?
I don't know how he gets the cue ball twice. I guess he's got plenty of room on this cue ball. Yeah. What a hit. My goodness, what a hit. tells you how sweet he really struck it.
Yeah, it was center cut, excuse me, on the 2 as well. But anytime it's on the rail, good thing for him the 7's near the pocket. So yeah, this angle will show you. And he's going to be over the 7, over the 9 now.
Easily missable.
Boy, that was sweet.
Yeah, I liked him. It's come with a couple of big shots this rack, Jay. Let's not forget the 2 ball, then the green 6.
Yeah, the 2 ball was really nice, especially, gotta tell the truth about it, didn't look so good earlier in the match. I mean, he's really let a lot of games get away.
This player really bearing down on the break here. Well, the cue ball was actually tracking to the
So
side.
you gotta have that discipline just to lay the cue ball down and ignore the 9. He hit it right in the face. He wanted to cut it just a little, but it's one of those that happens a lot more often than you think.
Yeah, but don't think he wasn't aware. 7.
I thought he might consider edging that. Really, you could see it. Hit it beautifully though. Only just enough for Boosty to.
Helps the 3 at least stay up table if he goes at the 9.
He's going. Yeah, from this distance, so he could end up on the rail. Pretty pure.
Yeah, the second half.
Froze are pretty darn close to froze.
9 is almost makeable, right? If you just shot the 8 straight at it softly.
Yeah, maybe.
Almost, right? Big ball position. I know it's gambling, but
yeah, the guy's been playing well and running well. You have to have both to win big tournaments. These
He's in a big ball position. Like if you just float the 8 to it, but it's gambling. You're guaranteed to get on the 8, though. So I don't fault this.
Yeah, I think the 9's just a.
You do, Jeremy. That big shot here.
I don't see him missing really.
Game number 17. There's a new leader in the clubhouse. Is it going to be dry? How does Bustamante respond? Is the 1-9 on? Can he even get to the 1?
I don't think I would go all the way over here though.
Yeah, his push-outs versus
Crossing this and running the cue ball off the side cushion. I don't think he's attacking here, but
up behind the 6.
yeah.
Or yeah, this is good
4-9
enough.
and just
On that, right, overall, I think that some of the old school players just kind of, well, they really don't, I don't know if they take it for granted or don't quite understand how good these guys are.
yeah, and chopping the 1 on the 8, dropping 2 cushions below the 4-9, I think anyways. Pretty natural. He really hit it with a ton of speed. Is he trying to come up on those balls? Thought he would just lay on
To the table right there. It just seems pretty spent. He's giving it his all. Great hit.
Yeah, I'm not sure how much it's going to give him.
His next shot, Bustamante. It's going to be glued to the back of this 7 ball.
Third cushion, really. And that's why I thought
It's the 5 ball in this rack. It's most likely going to be over with. You got to give the unexpected errors up until that point.
to get to the 6, but now does he draw this or does he jam it? And he almost had to really to play that. That way he can get on the good side of the 5 somewhere where he.
Now this is one you want to get back enough on. The 5 does play in the side if you overdraw it.
Right, he'd love to stay off the rail here, but I think he's okay. Or should get the hard work done, let's say. He's elevating a little bit. Easy to overcut it. Oh, he hit it sweet. And he had less angle than we thought.
Yeah, he went extremely deep out of the upper right. I thought for sure he was getting past.
Special dragging this with a little spin. Oh, he played it to come for the side. I didn't realize the side was on offer. And smart shot, really.
A perfection from this guy.
Nice falling just a hair, and he can stun draw one rail. So most likely we're going to lose Bustamante.
Yeah, pretty fortunate. We got to call a couple of his matches and defeated Gorst. It's Vergara. It's going to move on. Thank you, Francisco Bustamante, for playing. We enjoyed it.